Good evening, Facebook Live. This is Mike George here coming at you from just my quiet little apartment here in Montreal. And I hope y'all are enjoying a lovely Friday night here in the city or in whatever neck of the woods that you happen to be. I'm just kind of having a chill night. I feel like life's been, life for me has been chill, but also kind of moving at a million miles per hour at the same time, which I don't know. Maybe that kind of sounds kind of kind of oxymoronic, but um, nonetheless, like yeah, this work's been really busy, but like really busy in a good way. Just I have some little pet projects that I'm really excited about working on. So that's been keeping me up. For any of those who are inclined to know, I'm working on a really neat energy storage conference, which I think will be the first time that we've had a conference of this type of magnitude for the specific topic of energy storage. This is energy storage on the power grid, on the electrical transmission grid. So, really nifty topic that I'm very personally interested in from a technical standpoint. So that's been exciting. I've had just a lot of work shit on my mind, so I just needed to kind of chill and kind of have some wine and unwind with y'all in Facebook Live land. And I don't know, I feel like y'all are having a good time out there. You know, I see pictures of y'all just coupling up and having these romantic little nights out together and having your dinners and just being cute and romantic and kissy lovey-dovey together. And it's cool. I used to have my Valentine's days like that, so I remember those days. I'm just a single bitter bitch this time around. So I don't know. I was thinking at first it was sort of an unfortunate perspective to be in, but I don't mind. I'm still at a good point where I'm comfortable kind of doing my own thing right now, and quite frankly, just with how busy things have been lately, I just haven't had a lot of time to really carve out the room for somebody properly enough, for to do the whole Valentine's Day routine justice, So, in the meantime, here I am with y'all on Facebook Live. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or just curiosities about how my day's going, feel free to leave some comments here if anybody's even watching. In the meantime, I'm gonna walk over here and just pour myself a glass of wine. I need to turn some lights on. It's like impossible to see here. I just realized. Get some ambient lighting in here. Whoop! There we go. That's a little bit better. I don't like, I'm old, so I gotta be conscientious of bright lights with my wrinkles and shit. But I'm just gonna grab myself a glass of wine with y'all, and if y'all are watching and you have the luxury of having maybe a bottle next to you, or even a joint or whatever poison of your choice, or even just a nice cup of tea, if that is more of your fancy. I think myself, I'm gonna have. This is some sort of, oh gosh, the kids these days are having these red wine like mixes of different things. This is a Cabernet Sauvignon and a Merlot. I'm gonna pour myself one of these. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk about my week, I guess, with y'all. Like I said, for working on an interesting little energy storage related pet project. I shouldn't say pet project. It's a collaborative effort with lots of different stakeholders that are all gonna have fun doing this project with me. Oh God! Otherwise, that's the big thing kind of in my life. And then there's a Grounding and Lightning conference that is every year. That's exciting, but kind of the same old routine every year. So it's fun. It's a good energy behind it nonetheless. But yeah, otherwise personal life. Let's talk about personal life. I know nobody watches Facebook Live to hear work shit. So yeah, personal life. Let's see. Let's talk about personal life. Oh my God, I can turn I forget I can turn this light on, can't I? I forget how Facebook works. You have to excuse me. I'm such a noob at this shit. Oh well. I'll just leave it like this. It'll be the dramatic, dark me. Alright, I'm gonna put this down for a second and pour myself this glass of red wine here that's waiting for me. But while I'm doing that, feel free to ask any questions you'd like. And oh God, the lighting is terrible in here. I have to put something brighter on this projector here to like really. Fuck. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Just production. I'm just making production notes in my head while I'm breaking the third wall here by giving myself production notes live on the kind of live on the video here, so feel free to break up my own self critique here by offering some comments and shit. Hi Kevin. This is, by the way, Kevin. This is Kevin's old abode that I am presently occupying. As so, this yeah. So this is kind of like a time capsule in a way, or I don't know. Capsule is the right analogy, but you know what I mean. A little connection through time and through I guess life events or so. I don't know, but welcome Kevin. Happy Friday, y'all, and yeah, let me know what you guys are doing on this Friday night. Are you guys out and about, or are you guys just chilling at home having some wine of your own? You know, and if you are having some wine, then feel free to let us know what you're drinking, or what you're smoking, or what you're petting, you know, or who you're petting. Oh, hi, Kevin. I can wave. Oh, look, Kevin, this is funny. The backdrop I have right now in the projector is Queens. That's over in New York. That's kind of in your, it's kind of in your neck of the woods. Let me, like, get the camera proper. Whoop. There we go. That's Queens, or that's Manhattan, but looking at Manhattan from Queens across the East River, and I think that's I forget what bridge that is. I should know what bridge that is. That's I think Williamsburg Bridge, I want to say. You can probably confirm that. I know Ryan definitely can. He'll probably lecture me about it just for forgetting it. Oh, goodness. So anyways, oh yes, next picture here. I'm just on my little slideshow. This is like a little throwback of old pictures of mine. This is just random foliage, but not as exciting. Queen. Hi, Queen. Hi, Queen. So anyways, hi, B. B is actually watching us from all the way around the world in some 21st century feat of technology we call the internet these days. So everybody welcome B to the program tonight. We can call this a program. I think in order to be considered a program, this little affair has to have like what, at least 3 people? I don't know, probably more for a program. Like 7, I don't know, there's probably some threshold for that if we look it up. Yes, Queensboro, exactly, actually. It's Queensboro. Oh, the Queensboro Bridge, yeah. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think the Williamsburg Bridge is not that at all. Well, yeah, that's Williamsburg. That's Brooklyn. Shit. Was way off. I mean, I guess just down the river off. Well, thank you for that, Kevin. Oh, this is another. Oh my God, sorry. I'm just kind of going through. Oh God, I found the light. Oh my God, well, okay. I don't look that bad, I guess, in the light. But this is, mind you, not fluorescent light, so easier on the skin, but still probably fucking grainy as hell. So let's just turn that off for a hot minute. Woo. Oh Lord of Jesus. Okay, that's a little bit better. Oh gosh. Okay, I need to have some wine here, girls and boys, or I guess I think men, since there's only one person watching. Let me get my glass of wine, Kevin. I'll be right back to open this up and join you. Hopefully, you're having a glass of wine yourself with me. And then we'll chat. We'll chat about life. We'll chat about how life in America is right now. You guys are in a national emergency, so I'm eager to hear some updates from the battlefield. Kevin, how does it feel to live in a perpetual state of emergency now? I mean, it's not perpetual yet, but it probably will be from the legal analysis I've been reading. Girl. Let you formulate that response while I have some wine. Or don't even bother formulating a response. I feel like formulating responses for things in the States is exhausting nowadays, so I've just stopped. I mean, I do comment, I'll troll the news every now and then, but fuck, it's just exhausting these days. There's so much to complain about these days. So, you know what? I'm not going to complain. I mean, I'm going to complain a little bit, just because it's Valentine's Day. Every single bitch on Valentine's Day has to complain. Just out of I think, just nature. So I'm going to do a little bit of complaining. So I just, I went on a date last week, and, it was just a random date, like blind date, guy met online, and, he was an attractive fellow, and actually was intriguing. Like, he was an intriguing fellow. He was actually somebody, like, without, if you discount the sex and just treat him as a normal human being, like I was genuinely interested to just, like, pick his brain a little bit. But no, he totally, like, just did not want to be, whatever. It's a simple rejection scenario, so I'm just outlining it in my head and with y'all tonight because I just have to kind of vent a little bit. And it's silly because I'm not really that upset about it because I'm not really that invested in a boy that I just went on a random blind date with. But you know, I have to bitch and vent about a little bit of rejection and heartbreak on Valentine's Day. It just goes with the holiday, right? So, you know, it goes with the theme. I mean, unless you're one of those cute couples that is like posting all of their cute like dinner pictures and like proposal pictures and you know all of that jazz on Facebook, which is really cute actually. And we need positive things on Facebook. So I'm sorry, I probably sound really cynical. That was me going into like my cynical. See, this is my cynical Betty mode. So actually, no, cynical Betty ain't a bitch in my head. That's a totally different bitch. She's somebody else's problem. But let's call her Miranda. Miranda's coming out. So speaking of Miranda, Miranda's bitching for some wine right now. So let me get some wine out. Nicole, hi Nicole. Welcome to the show, Nicole. I hope you are enjoying a nice glass of wine or something yourself. And don't worry, I also have some accoutrement as well for later in the program for our After Dark special. Which I guess it's pretty damn dark in here already. So let's just call this the After Dark special and move on from there, right? It's after 10 p.m. I think that's after dark for most of us responsible adults, right? Anyways, cheers, y'all. Happy Friday. We made it another week. Mind you, you guys are all starting, well, at least my American friends down south are starting, are now in the throes of a national emergency. So I want to cheers to the state of the national emergency in the U.S. I mean, considering all emergency, I would say things are going well. Y'all are on Facebook tonight, right? I mean, so if y'all are on Facebook, that's kind of an indicator that everything's good, right? You know, at least that's what I like to think. Unless, well, then again, fuck, maybe sometimes I should not go on Facebook in order to try to measure humanity. Sometimes that's a bad idea, you know. So, anyways, all this rambling and not enough drinking. So, cheers to that national emergency down south in the U.S. and. I implore you guys to please give us some updates. Several of you guys are watching and can give us some live on-the-air updates of things in the field from your vantage point in this national emergency. So you know, I'm in Canada right now, so I can't. I mean, I'm at a safe distance, fortunately, but I do want to check in on everybody and make sure everybody's okay down in the States. You know, just because national emergencies, you never know what can happen. You know, and. So cheers to the national emergency, and hope everybody makes it out safe. Cheers. Oh, man. It's a nice way to start a Friday night. Well, you know, to continue a Friday night, really, because it is 10:30. And so, oh, gosh, yeah. So, yeah, just, I don't know, I had a boy rejection. It was offset, though, by a couple good wins at work. I had a couple kind of sales, if you will, which were super random and not expected. And it's so funny, this company I work for, it could be one day you're everybody's pissed off at you because you fucked something up, and the next day like something just happened to go right, like that you didn't even think would go right, and everybody's like, oh my god, you're a genius. And just I feel like my work environment's very bipolar. It's very funny, but whatever, it's amusing. Oh, hi Taylor. Taylor joins us. Taylor is a fellow Canadian. He is also safely out of the red zone. The red zone being the United States, which is now under a state of emergency. So I just want to pray for everybody in the U.S. Who's down south enjoying this state of emergency that we have now, and you know I just want to cheers to my friends down south who you know are just suffering through it right now and in agony. And you know, Adam, buddy, you're in the heart of the storm. You're in New York City. If anybody's gonna have a state of emergency in the U.S., New York's gonna be ground zero, right? I mean, no offense, you kind of do have a place literally called Ground Zero. So I mean, yeah, you know, I would expect New York to be kind of the first place to be hit in this state of emergency. So Adam, if you could give us some updates, please, from where you are, just to make sure you're still alive and. Make sure that everything's okay in the emergency down south. It'd be appreciated. Thank you, Adam. I don't know. You still watching? Facebook tells me you're alive. I think because Facebook tells me that you're watching, I can declare you still like alive, and you're a survivor. Adam, you're a survivor of this national emergency, and I think you've probably. I'll bet you I can find something on Facebook that's already told me that you're safe from the emergency, so I don't even have to ask the question because Facebook already knows. Facebook already knows what exactly we're all thinking. So, Curtis, hey girl, hey. I just saw this bitch like a few hours ago, and now he's with, he's with a cute boy tonight. So hopefully his cute boy says hello, and hopefully y'all are drinking some wine with me, and I'm just trying to keep an eye on my friends down south. We gotta make sure everybody's okay in this state of emergency that we have. So, cheers. Fuck, where's the lighting? And oh, look, guys, it's Wright State University. Guys, look, this is a picture of my old undergrad university. This is a structure that we call BART. It's an acronym for, oh my god, if I can actually remember this, I will be so proud of myself. It's, oh, no, okay, wait, no. Trick question, because BART is an acronym for Big Ass Red Thing, which is actually it's a student-inspired nickname. It's not the official name. So actually, the official name is Turning Points. So if this was a trivia game show, I feel like I would get a bonus point for that. In fact, since Facebook works on a point system, we just have to kind of go with the idea that I get an extra point anyway. So, and because Facebook controls all of the social media goddesses of the universe, it should land me the karma of a cute boy next week to go on a date on, right? That's kind of how social networking karma works, right? Like if I talk to a boy on Grindr, Facebook somehow suggests him as a friend for me the next day on my feed, and then Scruff will then recommend a Facebook app in order for me to then connect with Scruff through the Facebook app, so that Scruff can then get my contact information to then recommend more people for me to add from people's phone numbers that I have on my phone. So it's like, you gotta be careful. This social media shit that's a big cobweb. You thought you had to worry about the gays being like, this tight-knit cobweb of gossipy, incestuous beings. You have the entire internet to worry about now, my friends, and y'all are a part of it, as proven by this election that y'all had in 2016, which kind of led up to this whole national emergency that y'all are now in. So, oh, Curtis, thank you. I know, I'm glad you guys enjoy my... I need some feedback on my rambling here, because otherwise I'm just rambling into the void. And what's worse than screaming into the void, which, to be fair, I'm not screaming, I'm just sort of drunkenly rambling. So maybe drunkenly rambling into the void is a good thing for everybody after all. So I'm going to just shut up for a sec. I feel like I've just been talking a mile a minute here, and I'm just going to settle down and drink some more wine here. And you know what? I think I'm going to follow that up. It is after 10:30. I think all the kids are in bed. Now. Dolores, make sure the kids are in bed, because now I'm gonna get the bowl out, and we're gonna have some adult time after dark with Mike George here in Facebook Live. Okay, so again, I'm starting off with the wine just because we might have kids just watching the show. I guess technically, if I was following network guidance, I should probably start after hours at 11:30. But since we live in the Netflix era where the kids these days they can watch anything, so I think smoking a bowl on my Facebook, I don't think necessarily isn't a terrible thing these days. I don't think I even have any kids on Facebook that are my friends under 18, so fuck, it doesn't even matter. I hope not, at least. Oh, hey guys, this is my old place in Columbus. This is my old apartment in Columbus with my dear friend Joel. Oh, Joel and his booty there. Joel Columbus. I still think of him as Joel Columbus when I drunkenly just think of his name in my head. It's just funny. I don't know. So, this is from the top of the water slide in Disney World at Blizzard Beach in Orlando, Florida. It is one of the tallest water slides in the world. And I forget how many, I have to look, I think it's like over 100 feet tall, if I remember correctly. It's at least 10 stories high. I want to say maybe even 140. Like 140 sticks out to me, but it's a pretty fucking high slide. And when you're just standing there naked in front of the Lord, naked in front of the Lord on top of a 100-foot plunge, it just makes you, it humbles you and makes you realize what an insignificant little twat you are on this planet, and how just vulnerable we are to the pretty chaotic forces in our world, But actually, I shouldn't say they're chaotic. All things considered, when you consider the entire universe, things on Earth are pretty calm, even with global warming and all that. So, I gotta be thankful for things like that for now. Does the real slide? Oh, Nick wants to know: does the slide have real snow? Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, this is Orlando, Florida, girl. It's all like just painted on, like, fuck. What is that? Like plaster of Paris or shit. Whatever that stuff is. I don't know. Maybe it's probably some sort of composite material that's engineered and. I don't know. I'd be interested to actually see how they apply that fake snow. I wonder if it's just sort of sprayed on, or if it's like actually constructed into the skeleton, into the structure of the thing. You know what I mean? That's a good question. Thank you, Nick, for posing that question. Let's give Nick a round of applause, everybody, for asking a good question on this rambling Friday night Mike George Facebook Live show tonight. Oh, gosh. I need some more lighting in here, girls. Here, let's go over here for a second. I don't need all the shit over here. I don't need all the music and the electronics and shit. I just need my wine and y'all, and I guess my phone, really. I guess I do need some sort of electronic. Can't get away from all the electronics. Speaking of electronics, I have to say, I don't trust some electronics these days. There's a lot of electronic devices I don't trust, particularly ones that don't have off switches, like visible, physical, mechanical switches that actually you can like visually see if the device is on or off. And the first thing I think about when I think about these things is the TVs that they make nowadays. These smart TVs, And I feel like every single boy that I've ever slept with that has a smart TV, like one of these big ass new modern, like Samsung or LG or whatever TVs, I can never find an off button on them, and it bothers the fuck out of me. And even when there's a black screen, it'll oftentimes be still on. Okay, by indicated by the little red light on it, But I find that some TVs will always have their red light on because it'll be in some sort of standby mode. So not necessarily off, but in standby mode. Which I understand we live with. I mean, hell, look at our phones. Look at how many of us even turn off our phones, at all. I bet you last time you turned off your phone was probably when it froze up 2 weeks ago or something, So if you think about the fact that electronics, I don't know, I have this. I'm keeping my eye on things, okay? Just because I have this, I feel like we need to make a law or some sort of regulation or some sort of standard or requirement that requires all electronic devices to have some sort of mechanical, visual switch, indication of that it's off, that it's not on, that it's unpowered, that it's basically, dead. That there's no electricity going through any of the circuits, essentially, which. Not every, some, I understand there's you have to have batteries because you have to you have to have memory on these things, and so you're going to have some latent voltage on these things. You can't get, but at least, obviously you can get into the details of this, but there has to be some sort of way, there has to be some sort, because I feel like otherwise, if we don't keep an eye on this, they're going to start making these things that more and more sneakily, where people just tend to leave them on all the time, and I don't know. I've been hearing stories about even the TVs these smart TVs having cameras on them, and I guess people will find out that the TV's been recording them or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. It's just it bothers me. It bothers me, and it bothers me like maybe it doesn't bother me like because not in that particular regard because it's I haven't verified that story, and these days there's so much fake news out there that I have to really be careful about what conspiracy theories I decide to just pluck out of the air and believe. But nonetheless, yeah, hidden cameras, Curtis. I mean, they're cute when you're like on some sort of game show and they like make fun of you for being a jerk at a bureau and grow because they can't find a fucking AC cord to save their lives for 15 goddamn minutes. I almost felt like that the absurdity of that scenario, Curtis. Like almost felt like I was on one of those game shows, like with a hidden camera. And these days, you know what? You got to watch out. Well, I almost said a race. I was going to say a really racist remark, and I got to be careful because Facebook Live goes to everybody. Everybody. And someday, Curtis, these people are going to see my Facebook Live and see all the racist comments I used to say one time, and they're going to burn me alive at the stake. You know? Shit. It's weird, like, fuck, I don't even know. I don't think I've ever been like a real racist or anything, but I've never been a racist. But like, there's this one time, oh fuck, I don't even want to go into it because that's going to open up a whole can of worms on Facebook Live. Yes, Curtis. Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't even want to go into that the story of the bureau and grow guy who doesn't know what a power cord is. Like, I will, okay, only just to illustrate that I was trying to get a power cord. Like a power cord for this monitor, actually. It was for this monitor right here. Like, literally this monitor. I just needed, like, this power cord. Like, that's a pretty fucking basic cord. Like, this cord here. No, sorry, this one. Like, this. I mean, it's poor lighting. You're not going to see it, but whatever. You know what I mean. Like, it's a fucking power cord for a monitor. And I try to describe it to these guys, and like, I just... You would think I was talking about some sort of foreign object from, like, the future or something. I was like, honey, it's the cord that you go to the AC from the... And the guy kept looking at, like, the HDMI cords. And, like, the oh, my God, I don't even want to... I'm so embarrassed even talking about this, because it's just, like... whatever. I shouldn't have been upset about this, but... And I wasn't even sure, like, I'm not one of these bitches, well, maybe I am one of these bitches now, God. Maybe I'm just one of these rude customers now because I'm an old, bitter bitch. Because that's what happens when you're single on Valentine's Day. No, I'm just messing, guys. I'm not really bitter. I'm with y'all, right? Y'all are gonna keep me up. Y'all on this wine. Oh, hey, Robert Paul. I'm sure you are having some wine of all people on this fabulous Friday night. I hope. You and Catherine both. Cheers. I was just, Robert, I was cheersing to the national emergency that our good friends in the U.S. are currently suffering through. I was trying to get some updates. I did see some Americans that watched Facebook Live, but they have not responded with their comments to let me know that they're okay. So I can only assume that the national emergency in the U.S. is just it's going, you know, that people are dying and people are wallowing in misery in the streets right now because they're not on Facebook Live watching me and commenting. I'm just kidding, guys. Well, not really. Well, fuck it, I am. Anyways, no, I'm out for the night. Oh, wait, you're out for the night, or are you cut for the night? Or is it where you go into a ceremony in order to get cut for the night? I don't know. I'm assuming that means you're out. And, well, you don't even have to be drunk to make a typo like that. I have such fat fingers these days. Typing on these phones that the kids give us. I can't do it. Pretty much, they just got to do these... I got to start using these voice-to-text things. That's kind of why I do Facebook Live instead of live journaling, which I used to do back when I had energy, thoughts, and prayers. Oh, Kurt, I can't believe you guys are actually watching this entire... You guys must need some good entertainment if you guys are watching this shit the entire time. Aw. Eric Schmitz, hello. Shit, I just did that thing where he got on camera and I immediately called him out and probably freaked him out, but hello. Hey, Eric. Eric is actually the first American to comment tonight, so now I know that people in the U.S. are safe and happy despite this national emergency. So thank you, Eric, for. I was worried. Okay, I was drunk and I was worried sick of y'all because I didn't hear anybody respond. I didn't hear anybody respond when I tried to ask y'all, are you safe? But you know what? I see now that Facebook Live or Facebook actually is telling me. In fact, I'm just gonna do a quick check on Facebook here, and we're gonna this is gonna be a little bit meta because I'm gonna check Facebook while I'm on Facebook Live, which I don't know. There's probably some sort of weird thing I'm violating by doing that, but I don't know. What can you guys tell me? But thank you, Eric. Eric, you are a pretty baby as well. You are is Eric? I think Eric, you were in Cincinnati. Fuck, you were in either Cincinnati or Columbus. I think you were in Cincinnati because if you were in Columbus, I feel like we would have hung out more. But I don't know. Maybe you've just been avoiding me, girl. I just been avoiding my phone calls. I'm just kidding. Shoot. Speaking of avoided phone calls, let's talk about avoided phone calls. Nah, I don't have any avoided phone calls. I don't think, at least that don't involve creditors. So I think we're all good on that front. Oh gosh, what is America? I don't, man. It is in danger, but it's like in a slow danger. It's like one of those. It's kind of like one of those things. It's like there's that analogy with like the boiling frog. Like if you try to put a frog in boiling water, it'll be like, what the fuck, and jump out right away and be like, what the fuck are you trying to do with me? But then if you just put the frog in the water and then you slowly boil it up, and then he just kind of doesn't really realize what's going on around him, and then pretty soon he's in a fucking tub of boiling water. That's what I feel like is going on in the States right now, and I think everybody knows that, but nobody really knows what to do about it, and it's just fuck. I mean, and I don't know. I don't think anything terrible is gonna happen. I don't know. If anything terrible is going to happen, I think it'll happen in March. I feel like March is always that month when upheaval happens. There's the Ides of March. There's how in 2016 there was the election, the primary elections in March, and that was kind of the inflection point of how Trump won, I think, in my opinion. Because in my opinion, when Hillary won Ohio and Bernie lost Ohio, in my opinion, again, my opinion, I think that's what kind of was the inflection point, at least in my head, for sort of when the states when the Trump presidency became viable. So, but yeah, but no, actually, whatever. Y'all are keeping it real down there. Come on now, y'all are keeping it real. I'm kind of the traitor that kind of left the states and came up here and and kind of fuck. I feel bad about that, but I still voted. I voted and I voted. I still voted in this recent one, 2018, in the midterms. I had to. God damn it. I'm trying to maintain my well, I don't want to probably talk about this on camera. Oh fuck, I don't even care. Nobody watches this except the NSA. But I'm gonna try to keep my Ohio residency for as long as I can, so I can still vote. And hell, the driver's licenses are way cheaper down south to than trying to get a Quebec license. But I don't know. I also wanted to get my not citizenship, but I want to at least get permanent residency up here. So fuck, I gotta think about all that shit. Girl. But I'm not abandoning America. And fuck, I mean, Canada is part of America, really. I mean, even by definition. So we're in the Americas, Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. As much as we don't like to admit it to ourselves sometimes. But in the meantime, now that it is, I think, after hours, I don't think the kids are watching anymore. So I think now I can properly smoke a bowl here and not offend anybody or. And I'm in Canada, so I can't get arrested for doing it like I could have in the States when I did this shit. So why not? Why not, we say. So again, to the U.S., I'm gonna cheers y'all on your national emergency and pray my thoughts and prayers go to the U.S. for their national emergency. And in those thoughts and prayers, I just want to. Oh, and we have Jamie. Hi, Jamie. See, Jamie's another American, actually a veteran American. Sorry for calling you out like that, but I just had to acknowledge a little bit. But Jamie, you're in Columbus. That's the front line. That must be one of the front lines of this national emergency. So, if you have any update about Columbus, if it's burning or anything like in the throes of this national emergency, please let us know so we can. I'm in Canada, so I can send down the Canadian. We can send the Canadian Army down to like help you guys out, right? I think that's how Trudeau loves you guys. I mean, Trudeau knows better. I mean, Trudeau knows that Trump's not like really in charge of things, so he's got our back. I think it's we're all in this together, like the whole stronger together thing. Not to pull out that card from 2016. Anyways, cheers to my fellow Americans on this national emergency. All right. Yay. I think I absorbed 80% of that. See, if I was a coal plant, I would be like a clean coal plant because I think I retained most of my, I wouldn't say carbon emissions. I mean, there's inevitably carbon in here. We'll call them carbon emissions for sake of conversation, I guess. Anyways, oh, hey, we got some more Americans watching. Hi, Jim. Hi, Joe. Welcome to the show. I just wanted to I'm just doing a check-in on y'all and just making sure that y'all are safe on the throes of this national emergency that y'all are facing in the States. And I just wanted to say that my thoughts and prayers are with you all. And yes. Oh, God, my thoughts and prayers are with my lungs at the moment, too. Okay. I shouldn't abuse them so hard on that bong, maybe. So we'll abuse my liver a little bit with the wine, just to balance things out. I mean, it's not really abusing your liver to have some wine, but bad comparison. But yeah. Anyways, what else is going on? Y'all are quiet. I think the only people that are really commenting are Canadians. And oh, we have Jim here. Hi, Jim. I'm not high. You're high. Now, I don't know if that was a misspelling or if you were trying to make a cute little pun there. I'm not high. You're like hi, like hello. But I'm just going to go with the notion that you were making a pun out of that and say real cute, Jim. Real cute. Ooh. So yeah. I don't know. I don't got much else to talk about, really. I mean, I just wanted to vent it's not really frustrations anymore, because I've already vented a little bit. Some bitches already heard me vent, so. Oh, yeah, I haven't even told you guys about my Zelda game yet. So, I feel like this video segment's getting really long, so I'm just going to cut it off here and call this, the prequel, because the next video segment, which is probably going to be a little bit more exciting, is going to be me playing Zelda. Well, maybe not. I feel like that won't be too exciting for everybody, but maybe my commentaries during the Zelda game will help inspire y'all to kind of lean in a little bit, as that bitch says, lean in and, just kind of get into the game with me. So I implore you guys to join me in the next segment for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is going to be just kind of played. I'm probably going to be drunk, stoned, and distracted with talking to y'all, so it probably is going to be a shit show, so I invite you all to join. So anyways, live from Montreal, this has been Mike George, offering my thoughts and prayers to my fellow Americans in this time of national emergency. Until we meet again, which hopefully we will if you guys follow the Zelda segment, a tout à l'heure.